Okay, listen, we are going to see Unit 6, that it's going to be the first part according to the Unit 6. And in Unit 6, we are going to see how often do you run, okay? And we have, as you can see, we have different sports. We have football, we have baseball, soccer, ice hockey, basketball. We have other activities. We have fitness activities, treadmill, running, jogging, walking, bowling, weight training. And we have different questions here. Questions to discuss, okay? Discuss sports and exercise habits. As you can see, we have, do people in your country enjoy any of these sports of activities? What do you think, guys? Do you consider that we practice here in El Salvador ice hockey? Ice hockey? Do you think that we practice ice hockey here in El Salvador? What is your opinion?
No.
Okay, what it could be? What it could be the most common activity or sport that we do in El Salvador or that we practice?
Soccer.
Soccer, okay, soccer is one of the most popular here in El Salvador. Other that you consider that is popular?
Basketball.
Okay, basketball is other, right? Football, no, because football is American football. It's like in the picture, right? This is football. Okay, soccer is the sport that we play here in El Salvador. Okay, here we have word power, sports, and fitness. Which of these activities are popular with the following age groups in your country? Check the activities, then compare with a partner. We have different classification. We have children, we have teens, we have young adults, middle age, and older people. By writing, for example, do you consider that is only for children? It could be for teens, it could be for young adults, middle age, or older people. What do you think that it could be by writing? By writing is this. What do you think? For what category could be?
Teams.
Okay, for teens, that is most common, right? For teens, other?
Children.
Okay, for children is other category that is so common. Okay, other?
Young adults.
Okay, thank you for young adult. What about martial arts? Martial arts? What do you think? What category do you think that it's going to be for martial arts?
Teens.
Okay, for teens is a common, right?
Children.
Sorry?
Children.
For children, yeah. In Nahuizalco, it's very common to see this kind of practice, right? In teens, in children. Okay, what
Young
about
adults
young
too.
adults? Okay, good. But not for older people, right? Because for older people, it's going to be so difficult. Okay, what about swimming? Swimming, what category do you consider that it's so common? For swimming?
Teens,
For teens,
children, and young
children.
adults.
Okay, teen, children, and adults. Okay. What do you think about soccer, guys? Soccer?
Children.
Children.
Soccer?
Children.
Children?
Teams.
Okay.
Young adults.
Young adults. Middle age guys. Like a puppy football. Yeah, here in El Salvador.
Sometimes it is a very popular.
Okay. Okay, what about yoga, guys? For yoga,
Teams.
teams,
Young adults.
Age people too.
young adults, teens, middle age. And this one is common in older people, right? Because they feel relaxed. Okay, now we have pair word. Which activities in part 8 are used with do, go, or play? You know that do means hacer, right? Go means ir. Play means jugar. Okay, what about these activities with this category? Verbs do, go, and play. What sports do you consider that it could be with do? For example,
Yoga.
martial arts. What other?
Yoga.
Do yoga. Okay, good. And
Pilates.
okay, do Pilates. Okay, what about with go? With go, we have go by riding,
Go swimming.
go swimming, and the last one,
Go jogging.
okay, thank you, go jogging. What about play? Play golf, what
Volleyball.
other?
Soccer.
Soccer.
Play soccer, and the last one,
Golf.
Volleyball.
play volleyball. Okay, good. Play golf, play soccer, and play volleyball. Okay, now we are going to see the next page, and it's a conversation. We are going to listen the conversation, guys.
How often do you run? Page 37. Exercise 3. Conversation. I run every day. Part A. Listen and practice. You have a lot of energy, Riley. Do you exercise a lot?
Well, I get up early and run on the treadmill for an hour every day.
Seriously?
Sure. And I do weightlifting.
Wow. How often do you lift weights?
I usually do it about 3 times a week. What about you?
Oh, I hardly ever exercise. I usually just watch TV or listen to music in my free time. I guess I'm a real couch potato.
Okay, we are going to listen again, guys.
Page 37. Exercise 3. Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. Unit 6. How often do you run? Page 37. Exercise 3. Conversation. I run every day. Part A. Listen and practice. You have a lot of energy, Riley. Do you exercise a lot?
Well, I get up early and run on the treadmill for an hour every day.
Seriously?
Sure. And I do weightlifting.
Wow. How often do you lift weights?
I usually do it about 3 times a week. What about you?
Oh, I hardly ever exercise. I usually just watch TV or listen to music in my free time. I guess I'm a real couch potato.
Okay, who wants to participate?
Exercise 3. Part B.
Me, coach.
Okay, Catherine, and I need other volunteer, guys.
Julian.
Okay, thank you, Edwin. Okay, started.
Ya se puede.
Yeah.
You have a lot of energy. Riley, do you exercise a lot?
Continue, guys. Hello.
Yo iba, teacher.
No, the girl. Continue.
Me escucha. Es que no sé, me falló el micrófono. ¿Me escuchan?
Yeah. Okay, try to start it
Okay.
again.
You have a lot of energy, Riley. Do you exercise a lot?
Well, I get up early and run on the train for an hour every day.
Seriously?
Sure. And I do weightlifting.
Oh, how often do you lift weights?
I usually do it about 3 times a week. What about you?
Oh, how hard early exercise? I usually just watch TV or listen to music. In my free time, I guess I'm a real couch potato.
Okay, guys, thank you.
Unit 6.
We are going to listen again, guys. Pay attention to the pronunciation, and after that, I need other 2 volunteers.
How often do you run? Page 37. Exercise 3. Conversation. I run every day. Part A. Listen and practice. You have a lot of energy, Riley. Do you exercise a lot?
Well, I get up early and run on the treadmill for an hour every day.
Seriously?
Sure. And I do weightlifting.
Wow. How often do you lift weights?
I usually do it about 3 times a week. What about you?
Oh, I hardly ever exercise. I usually just watch TV or listen to music in my free time. I guess I'm a real couch potato.
Okay, other 2 volunteer, guys.
Licenciada.
Okay, thank you, Anne.
Yo, teacher.
Okay. Okay, Abigail and the boy. I don't know who is the boy.
You have a lot of energy. Really, do you exercise a lot?
I get up early and run on the treadmill for an hour every day.
Seriously?
And I do weightlifting.
Wow, how often do you lift weights?
I do it about 3 times a week. What about you?
Oh, I had hardly ever exercise and surely use watch TV of listen to music. I need free time. I guess I'm real cool potato.
Okay, thank you. Other 2 volunteer, guys.
Me, teacher.
Okay, Floren.
Yo.
Okay, try to do it, please. Okay, Adriana and Flor.
You have a lot of energy, Riley. Do you exercise a lot?
Well, I get up early and run on the treadmill for an hour every day.
Seriously?
Sure, and I do great lifting.
Wow, how often do you lift weights?
I usually do either about 3 times a week. What about you?
Oh, I hardly ever exercise. I usually just watch TV or listen to music in my free time. I guess I'm a real couch potato.
Okay, good. Thank you, guys. The last two volunteer. The last two.
Oh,
Jolly.
Jason.
Okay, thank you.
Eh, comenzamos ya.
Yeah.
Okay. You have a lot of energy. Really, do you exercise a lot?
Well, I get to early and run on the treadmill for an hour every day.
Seriously?
Sure, and I do weightlifting.
Whoa. How often do you lift weight?
Uh-huh.
I usually do it about 3 times a week. What about you?
Oh, I hardly ever exercise. I usually just watch TV or listen to music in my free time. I guess I am a really couch potato.
Okay, thank you, Jason and Yancy. Okay, now we are going to listen the last part. Okay, in the last part, we have that it's going to be part B. What is the part B, guys? In the part B, we have listen to the rest of the conversation. What else does Rayleigh do in her free time? Okay, pay attention, guys.
Page 37. Exercise 3. Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. What else does Riley do in her free time? What else do you like to do, Riley?
Well, I like to play the drums a lot. I play every day. It drives my mom crazy.
Hey, I play the guitar.
Well, listen, we could start our own band. Why don't we play after class today?
Cool.
Okay,
Page 37.
I'm gonna play it again.
Page 37. Exercise 3. Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. What else does Riley do in her free time? What else do you like to do, Riley?
Well, I like to play the drums a lot. I play every day. It drives my mom crazy.
Hey, I play the guitar.
Well, listen, we could start our own band. Why don't we play after class today?
Cool.
Okay, what was the answer, guys? What else does Riley do in her free time?
She plays the drums.
Okay, good, Fatima. She plays the drums. Okay, listen, guys. We have the important part of the class, and it's going to be about grammar focus. Adverb of frequency. How often do you exercise? The other question, do you ever watch TV in the evening? What do we have here? We have the adverb of frequency. 100 percentage, 0 percentage. Similar like at the last class. Always, almost always, usually, often, sometimes, hardly ever, almost never, and never. But we have other adverb of frequency, okay? Not only these ones, okay? We have other. And here we have different percentage. We are going to see in the other moment. Okay, here we have, how often do you exercise? I run on the treadmill every day. I go jogging once a week. I play soccer twice a month. I swim about 3 times a year. I don't exercise very often. I don't exercise very much. Usually, I exercise before class. Do you ever watch TV in the evening? Yes, I often watch TV after dinner. I sometimes watch TV before bed. Sometimes I watch TV before bed. I hardly ever watch TV. No, I never watch TV. Okay. Check this one, usually, and check this one, sometimes. What is this? These ones are different adverb of frequency. And we have one rule, okay? What is the rule? That you can use usually and sometimes at the beginning of the sentence, okay? Check usually, and then you're gonna have the subject. Sometimes, and then you're gonna have the subject. After that, of course, you're gonna have subject, verb, and complement. Here it is the same. Subject, verb, and complement. Other important thing that is considered like a rule inside of the adverb of frequency is if you have time frequency or expressions of frequency, we have every day, once a week, twice a month, 3 times a year, often, much. Okay, this one is approximately, okay, and are time expressions, okay. What happened with these time expressions? The time expressions are going to be at the end, okay, of the sentence. Teacher, is possible that we use every day at the beginning of the sentence? Okay, it depends of the sentence. But in the majority of the cases, the time expression is going to be at the end of the sentences. What happened with the adverb of frequency? When you are talking about always, almost always, usually, often, sometimes, hardly ever, almost never, and never, we are talking about adverb of frequency. When you have adverb of frequency, what is going to be the position or what is going to be the position that you need to use inside of the sentence? It depends. If you have an action verb, for example, watch is an action verb. The adverb of frequency is going to be before. Okay? Check this. Do you ever watch TV? What is the position that we are using the adverb of frequency? Is before of the action verb. Often watch. What is the verb in this sentence? The verb is watch. What is going to be the adverb of frequency? Before of the action verb. Sometimes watch. What is the adverb of frequency? In the case of sometimes or usually, remember, can begin a sentence. Okay, it's possible that you have I sometimes watch TV. Or you can say Sometimes I watch TV. Other example, I hardly ever. What is hardly ever before of the action verb? No, I never watch TV. What is the adverb of frequency before of the action verb? But that happen when you have actions verb. But imagine that in your sentence, you don't have action verb. You have the verb to be. What is the verb to be? The verb to be could be am, is, or are. What happens if you want to say, for example, the sentence, I am on time in my English class? What is going to be the position that you need to include the adverb of frequency? Imagine that you want to talk about always. How you can make the sentence? I am always on time in my English class. What is the position that you need to use the adverb of frequency? It's going to be after the verb to be, not before. Before is only when you have actions verb. Actions verb watch, play, study, go, run, etc. What is the verb to be? The verb to be am, is, are. What is going to be the adverb of frequency after the verb to be? Who wants to give me one example using the adverb of frequency? Could be with action or could be with the present, the verb to be. Who wants to give me one example, guys?
I rarely eat vegetables.
Okay, I rarely eat vegetable. Okay, good. What is the verb? Eat. Okay, for that reason needs to be before of the action verb. Other example? Guys, other example? Hello, guys. Give me other example, please. Using the adverb of frequency. Nobody? She said, I rarely eat vegetable. What about you guys? Do you practice exercise? What can you say? I always do yoga, for example. Do you practice exercise or any sport? I usually play soccer. Okay, other examples, please. Help me.
Hi, teacher.
Okay, thank you.
I usually go to run in the afternoon.
Okay, good, Jason. I usually go run in the afternoon. Okay, good. Other example? You need to include the adverb of frequency in a sentence.
Always practice basketball.
Always I practice basketball. Okay, but check this. Only usually and sometimes can begin a sentence. What it could be the sentence that she said? I always, continue. I always.
Practice basketball.
Okay, I always practice basketball. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, here we have put the adverb in the correct place. Sometimes there is more than one correct answer. Then practice with a partner. Do you play sports? What it could be the question, including this adverb of frequency? What is going to be the correct sentence? I need that you practice, guys. Do you play sports? What is going to be the correct if you want to include the adverb of frequency?
Ever play sports?
Okay, thank you. Do you ever play sports? Sure, I play soccer. If we want to include twice a week, correct answer, guys?
I play soccer twice a week.
Okay, sure. I play soccer twice a week. Twice a week, it's going to be at the end of the sentence. Okay, thank you. Number 2, what do you do on Saturday mornings? If we want to use usually, if you want to use usually, guys,
I usually go room.
usually
Go room.
go run. Okay, but we need to include in the same question. What do you do on Saturday mornings? Include usually in the question. Other
I
opinion?
do usually go room.
Okay, good. What do you usually do on Saturday mornings? Letter B, nothing much. I sleep until noon. If we want to include almost always in this sentence, I sleep until noon, almost always. Hello?
Nothing much. I almost always sleep until noon.
Okay, nothing much. I almost always sleep until noon. Thank you. Number 3, do you lift weights at the gym? If we want to include often, help me please, hurry up. Do you lift weights at the gym often? If we want to include often?
I lift weights
Often.
often.
No. Include often in the question. Do you lift weights at the gym?
To live of
Often.
weight.
No, guys.
Do you live often weight at the gym?
You lift often? Because the verb is lift. And often?
Sería,
Uh-huh.
do you often lift with at the gym?
Okay, thank you, Edwin. Do you often lift weights at the gym? Okay, good. What about the answer? No, I lift weights. Hardly ever. Include here, please. No.
I
No,
hardly ever.
Okay, no.
No, I never.
No, this one. Number 3.
No, I never.
No.
Life we
No, I hardly ever lift
No.
weights.
Okay, thank you. No, I hardly ever lift weights. Number 4. Do you exercise on Sundays? Always.
no.
you
I
always
never
exercise on
Okay, you are getting confused. Is the question is necessary that you include the adverb of frequency. Do you always exercise on Sundays? In the answer, no, I.
exercise on Sunday.
Okay, no, I never exercise on Sundays. What about number 5? What do you do after class? If we want to include usually,
what do you what do you usually after class?
what do you?
Usually do after class.
Okay, good. What do you usually do after class? It's going to be here, right? What do you usually do after class? I go out with my classmates. Okay, we need to include about 3 times a week. I go out with my classmate about 3 times a week. What is going to be the correct? The correct is going to be about 3 times a week. It's going to be at the end of the sentence. What is the correct answer? I go out with my classmates about 3 times a week. Number 6. Do you go to the movies? We need to include often. What it's going to be? Help me, guys.
Often go to the movies.
Do you
Do
go
you,
often?
okay, do you often go to the movies? The answer is, what is the answer? Yes, I go to the movies.
At the end,
At the end, okay, good. Yes, I go to the movies once a week. What about number 7? Do you go by riding? We need to include ever.
Do you ever go ride? Do you ever go bike riding?
Okay, good, Noe. Do you ever go bike riding? What about the answer? No, I ride a bike. We need to include hardly ever. What is the correct answer?
No, no. I rarely ever ride a bike.
Okay, good. No, I hardly ever ride a bike. Number 8. Thank you, Casey. Number 8. Do you walk to school? We need to include sometimes.
Do you sometimes go to school?
Okay, good. Do you sometimes walk to school? Sure. I walk to school.
High life high 5 days a week. while to school.
No.
The end.
Sure, I went to school 5 days a week.
Okay, it's at the end, right? As Fatima said. Okay, listen. Sure, I walk to school 5 days a week. Okay, and that's all, right? I don't know if you have questions. Remember, the adverb frequency it's going to be exactly after the subject. And it's exactly before the action verb. Okay, but that happens when you are using action verb. Okay, listen, we have pronunciation, intonation with direct address. Repeat, guys.
Page 38. Exercise 5. Pronunciation. Intonation with direct address. Part A. Listen and practice. Notice these statements with direct address. There is usually falling intonation and a pause before the name.
You have a lot of energy, Riley.
You look tired, Aaron.
I feel great, Dr. Yoon.
Page 38. Exercise 7. Listening. I swim twice a week. Part A. Listen to 3 people discuss what they like to do in the evening. Complete the chart.
Okay, listen, in this moment we are going to try to see this part, the listening part. Listen to 3 people discuss what they like to do in the evening. Complete the chart. Joseph, Victoria, and Carlos. And we have here the activity. And the other question is, how often? Please take note on your notebook.
So, what do you usually do in the evening, Joseph?
Well, I exercise a lot. I like to go swimming after work.
Oh, yeah? How often do you go swimming?
I swim twice a week, on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Well, you are in great shape.
Thanks. You're in great shape too, Victoria.
Oh, thanks, Carlos. I usually exercise in the evenings. I love it. My friends and I take a yoga class at a gym downtown.
How often do you go?
3 times a week. And what about you, Carlos? Do you ever go to the gym in the evenings?
Actually, I don't exercise very much. I play tennis about twice a month, but I'm not very good. Page 38. Page 38. Exercise 7. Listening. I swim twice a week. Part A. Listen to 3 people discuss what they like to do in the evening. Complete the chart.
So, what do you usually do in the evening, Joseph?
Well, I exercise a lot. I like to go swimming after work.
Oh, yeah? How often do you go swimming?
I swim twice a week, on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Well, you are in great shape.
Thanks. You're in great shape too, Victoria.
Oh, thanks, Carlos. I usually exercise in the evenings. I love it. My friends and I take a yoga class at a gym downtown.
How often do you go?
3 times a week. And what about you, Carlos? Do you ever go to the gym in the evenings?
Actually, I don't exercise very much. I play tennis about twice a month, but I'm not very good.
Okay, guys, we are going to see the answers according to the listening part. Okay, and what is the activity for Joseph, guys?
Joseph swimming.
Okay, Joseph goes swimming. How often?
Twice a week.
Okay, what days?
Tuesday and Thursdays.
Okay, Tuesday and Thursday. Okay, thank you, Fatima. Victoria, what happened with Victoria? What is the activity?
Yoga.
Do yoga. Okay, good. How often, Jason?
Um, 5 times on the a week or three.
Mm.
Three. I don't listen.
Ah, you didn't listen. Okay, it's not 5. How many?
3 times a week.
Okay, 3 times a week. Thank you, Jason and Fatima. What about Carlos, guys? What does Carlos do?
He don't exercise.
Mm.
But he
Play
plays
tennis.
tennis.
Okay, he
Play
doesn't
tennis.
play, he doesn't do exercise a lot, but he plays tennis. How often?
Twice a
He plays
month.
tennis twice a month.
Twice a month. Okay, good. Fatima and Catherine, I guess. Okay, now we are going to see the part 6. Fitness programs. Take a poll in your group. Take turns asking each person these questions. Do you have a regular fitness program? Yes. No. How often do you exercise? Do you ever go to a gym? Yes. No. How often do you go? What do you do there? Do you play any sports? Yes. No. Which ones? How often do you play them? 4. Do you ever take long walks? Yes. No. How often? Where do you go? 5. Do you do anything else to keep fit? Yes. No. What do you do? Okay, here we have different questions. I need 2 volunteers to have a conversation. In number 1, other 2 volunteers in conversation 2, other 3 in conversation 3, okay, and so on. 2 volunteers to do these questions. Questions, answer, and answer. Invent, okay? If your answer is no, invent that your answer is going to be yes. 2 volunteers, guys. Fatima and Jason, can you help me, please?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have a regular fitness program, Jason?
Yes.
How often do you exercise?
I think 5 times a week.
Okay, thank you. Number 2, other 2 volunteers. Two volunteers, guys. Raquel and Brian. Raquel and Brian.
Do you ever go to a gym?
Ajá, Raquel. Okay, Ireldi. Brian and Ireldi, can you help me, please?
Do you ever go to a gym?
Okay, one girl that is volunteer. Ireldi is not here. Raquel is not here. Help me, other girl. Kathleen?
Okay, Lick.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
How often do you go?
Mm, uh, 3 times a week.
What do you learn?
Um, exercise for no, legs exercise.
Okay, you can
I
choose. What do you do there? You can lift weights. You can bicycle. Do bicycle. What do you do in the gym?
I do leg exercise.
Okay, you do exercise. Thank you. Number 3, guys, 2 volunteers.
Jolly.
Okay, thank you.
Yo. Y yo, Lick.
Okay, Edwin, Elias, and Gaby.
Empiece.
Do you play any sports?
Yes.
Which ones?
Basketball.
How often do you play?
Is them?
Every day in my house.
Okay, good. How often do you play it? Because it's only one. Thank you, guys. Number 4, other 2 volunteers.
Yo, Lick.
Okay, Casey and Casey and other volunteer, guys.
Me.
Okay, thank you.
Do you ever take long walks?
Yes,
How often?
twice a week.
Where do you go?
I go to the park of my city.
Okay, thank you, Fatima and Casey. Number 5.
Nada.
Gloria Isabel is over there. Gloria Isabel.
Do you do anything else with kids?
Gloria is not over there. Jancy. Jancy.
Silly?
Okay, Jancy and Paola.
Sí. Do anything else to keep fit?
¿Qué es esta, Lick? Hola.
Jancy, do you do anything else to keep fit?
No.
Okay, but
What do
you
you
need to say yes. The second question?
Yes.
Okay, Paola, the question?
what do you do?
Invent. I practice soccer, I do exercise, whatever.
Exercise.
I do exercise. Yes.
I do exercise.
Okay, good. Thank you, guys. Okay, here we have a discussion, Olympic sports in athletes. Group work, take turn asking and answering these questions. Can you remember the name of 5 Olympic sports? Okay, guys. Can you remember the name of 5 Olympic sports? Or you don't remember? Okay, it could be Russia. It could be Vancouver. It could be Canada. It could be Italy, Brazil, London. It could be China too, right? What about whatever watch Olympic sports on TV? Which ones? Do you ever watch Olympic sports on TV? What sports do you remember that they do in the TV, guys? Appears in the TV. You don't remember the sports that they do in the Olympic Games? What sports appears in the Olympic Games?
No.
Jason?
Running.
Running. What else?
Volleyball.
Volleyball. Other sports?
Synchronous swimming.
Okay, good. Other?
Gymnastic.
Sorry?
Gymnastic.
Okay, other? Yoga? Appears yoga, guys? Yes or no? What do you think?
Taekwondo.
Taekwondo. Okay, good. Tennis.
Tennis.
Okay, and we are going to see this one. Who's a famous male athlete in your country? What sports does he or she play? What do you think? Someone that you remember that is so famous for the Olympics. Uh-huh. Someone that you consider that was very famous in the Olympic Games? Or you don't have idea?
Fields.
Who? Sorry, what you said? Okay, what about Eva Maria Dimas? Do you remember that girl?
I don't remember, but I remember Roberto Hernandez.
Ah, okay, good. And what sports does he play?
Archery.
Sorry?
Archery.
Ah, okay, good. Other that you remember? Thank you, Fatima. Other person that you remember in the Olympics? Or you don't have idea, guys? Eva Maria Dimas, who was she? Mm-hmm.
Jorge Jimenez.
Uh-huh. Who was he? What sport does he play? Mm-hmm, guys.
No sé cómo se dice, pero es arquero.
Okay, what do you say, Fatima?
Archery.
Okay, thank you. And we have the other part. We have conversation, okay? You're in great shape. Who wants to practice this conversation? To volunteer, guys.
Yolik.
Okay, thank you, Anne.
Yo.
Okay.
You're in great shape, Mike.
Change. I guess I am a real fitness freak.
How often do you work out?
Well, I go swimming and lift weights every day, and I play tennis 3 times a week.
Tennis. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, do you want to play sometime?
Oh, how well do you play?
Pretty well, I guess.
Well, I write, but I'm not very good.
No problem. I'll give you a few tips.
Okay, good. Thank you, guys. Other two people, guys? Other two
Me, teacher.
volunteer? Okay, good. And?
Yeah, teacher.
Okay, thank you.
You're in great shape, Mike.
I yes, I'm a really fitness freak.
How often do you work out?
I go swimming and lift with every day, and I play tennis 3 times a week.
Tennis? That sounds like a lot of fun.
Do you want to play something?
Ooh, how well do you play?
I will.
Well, alright, but I am not very good.
No problem. I give you a fit this.
Okay, thank you guys. Now we are going to listen the conversation.
Page 39. Exercise 10. Conversation. You're in great shape. Part A. Listen and practice.
You're in great shape, Nick.
Thanks. I guess I'm a real fitness freak.
How often do you work out?
Well, I go swimming and lift weights every day, and I play tennis 3 times a week.
Tennis? That sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, do you want to play sometime?
How well do you play?
Pretty well, I guess.
Well, alright, but I'm not very good.
No problem. I'll give you a few tips.
Okay, now we are going to listen the part B. Pay attention, guys.
Page 39. Exercise 10. Part B. Listen to Mick and Steph after their tennis match. Who's the winner?
Good game, Nick.
Thanks. You too. And congratulations on the win. You play pretty well.
Oh no, not really.
How often do you play?
Once or twice a year. I'm just lucky today, I guess. Want to play another game?
Sure. Just let me take a 5-minute break.
Okay, who was the winner, guy? Who was the winner?
Steph,
Steph, right? Okay, thank you. Now we are going to see the last part. And as I said before, we have the percentages about the adverbal frequency. If you see, we have percentage, and remember, is approximately. Okay, always represent 100 percentage. Usually 90 percentage. Normally and generally, we have 80 percentage. Often and frequently, 70 percentage. 50 percentage is represent for sometimes. 30 percentage, occasionally. 10 percentage, seldom. 5 percentage, hardly ever or rarely. And exactly percentage, 0 percentage, is represent for never. Here we have different examples. As I said before, the adverb frequency is going to be before of the action verb. I always study after class. I usually walk to work. I normally get good marks. I often read in bed at night. I sometimes sing in the shower. I occasionally go to bed late. I seldom put salt on my food. I hardly ever get angry. Vegetarians never eat meat. Okay, these ones are examples in which you are seeing actions verb. Study, walk, get, read, sing, go, put, get, eat. What do we have here? We have example using action verb, where it's going to be located the adverb of frequency before of the action verb. Remember that the structure is going to be subject, adverb of frequency, and the main verb. If you have the verb to be, okay, the verb to be, remember that could be is, am, or are. What is the structure? Subject, verb to be, and adverb. For example, he is the subject. Is the verb to be. Always is the adverb of frequency. And happy is the complement. This is going to be the structure for be. Okay, when you are using verb to be, subject, be plus an adverb. It's going to be after the verb to be. Okay? Okay, guys, this is all for today. And we are going to continue Unit 6 for the next class. Okay?